reportedly delivered in 1985. In 1999, 38 MiG-21 bis. ISW-75 were delivered from Kyrgyzstan. 15. In December 2021, 26 MiG-21s were listed as being in service by Flight International. 31. 50 MiG-21 trainers of different variants were delivered, of which 30 are believed to be in service. Though little is known about the North Korean Air Force, it is known that a KPF MiG-21 PFM shot down a U.S. Army CH-47 helicopter on the 14th of July, 1977. 32. The KPF also took part in the Vietnam War. Smiley 33. 34. ARCPF MiG-21 downed a USAF RF-4C on the 31st of August, 1967, on the 14th of January, 1968, another one shot down a USAF F-105D, and on the 12th of February, 1968, a KPF MiG-21 destroyed a USNF-4B. Sudan. Sudanese Air Force. 18 MiG-21M fighters were delivered from the USSR starting in 1969, together with some MiG-21 US trainers. 35. Up to 22 MiG-21MS and 4 MiG-21 US trainers were also delivered between 1974 and 1977. 36. By 1992 there were only 7 fighters and 2 trainers remaining, with perhaps half being serviceable. They were reported as all being out of service in 2008. 37. Although it is reported that 12 second-hand MiG-21s were to be delivered from Ukraine in 2007. 38. And Flight International listed 4 MiG-21s as active in December 2022. 39. The only air-to-air action known to have involved Sudan as a MiG-21s occurred on the 20th of September, 1972, when 2 MiG-21MS forced several Libyan FC-130Hs to land at Khartoum International Airport. 40. Syria. Syrian Air Force. 45 MiG-21 F-13 were delivered around 1965, followed by 36 MiG-21 PFs in 1966. 6 of F-13s were lost in 1967 prior to the start of the Six-Day War, and during the war itself, 32 of 60 F-13 SAND PFs were destroyed. These losses were covered by future deliveries from the USSR, as well as 4 MiG-21 F-13s from Czechoslovakia and 12 PFs, free of charge, from Hungary. Kexkimit AFB. 41. From 1968, 100 MiG-21 PFM and MiG-21 PFS were delivered, as were 6 MiG-21 RS in the 1970s. 61 MiG-21 MFs were delivered between 1971 and 1973, but massive losses during the Yom Kippur War, 180 Syrian fighters of all types were lost, resulted in the delivery of 75 more MFs from the USSR. During the Yom Kippur War, 12 MiG-21 MS were bought from East Germany and next 12 MiG-21 F-13 from Poland. 42. A total of 54 MiG-21s and MiG-23s are estimated to have been lost by Syria during the 1982 Lebanon War, and subsequently 198 MiG-21 bis were supplied by the USSR through the 1980s. About 8 MiG-21U trainers were delivered in the 1960s, and 20 MiG-21 UMs around 1973. 15. As of 2007, 8 squadrons still operated MiG-21 aircraft, about 200 in total, namely 8 SQN, MiG-21 MF, at Der Ezza, 12 SQN, MiG-21 MF, at Tabqa, 679 and 680 SQNS, all MiG-21 MF, at Hama and 825, 826. 945 and 946 SQNS, all MiG-21 bis, at LQZ.15, Uganda. Ugandan Air Force. Up to 18 MiG-21MF fighters and 3 MiG-21U variants were delivered in the early 1970s. 7 were destroyed in the Israeli raid on Entebbe in 1976 and the rest were destroyed or captured by Tanzanian forces in 1979. The wreckage of many of these were still visible in Entebbe as late as 2003. 43. In 1998, 6 MiG-21 bis-sized Lu-75 and 1 MiG-21 were purchased from Poland. 44. One of them crashed soon after delivery, on the 15th of July 1999, killing its pilot. 45. Starting in October 1999, the MiG-21 bis were overhauled and upgraded to a standard known as MiG-21-2000 by Israel Aerospace Industries. 44. Another MiG-21 bis crashed in July 2003, with its pilot killed. 46. On the 17th of June 2006, a MiG-21 crashed into Lake Victoria. This time, both pilots ejected safely. 47. Lastly, in December 2008, a MiG-21 bis crashed on takeoff from Materei Airport in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, during operations against the Lord's Resistance Army. Its pilot was killed. 48. An additional MiG-21 was purchased from Georgia in the late 2000s. 44. Moreover, at least one MiG-21 bis was purchased from Ukraine around 2010. 49. 5 MiG-21s were recorded as in service as of December 2021. 50. Yemen. The Yemeni Air Force inherited MiG-21s from the air forces of both North and South Yemen following the 1994 civil war. 51. 24 MiG-21 bis and 4 MiG-21 were later overhauled in Odessa. However, Yemen failed to pay for 8 of them, and they were never returned. 52. 19 MiG-21s were reported operational as of 2023. 53. Former operators. Afghanistan. Afghan Air Force. The Democratic Republic of Afghanistan Air Force received 40 MiG-21 F-13, IS.74, in 1973, and from 1979, 70 MiG-21 MF, IS-96F, 50 MiG-21 bis, IS-75 and 75B, and 6 MiG-21 IS-69 were delivered. Small numbers of aircraft left behind by the Soviet Air Force after their withdrawal were taken up by the DRAF, including MiG-21 PFS, IS-94, and MiG-21 PFM, IS-94. Following the overthrow of the communist government, the armies of some warlords operated MiG-21s. The Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan Air Force was set up by the Taliban, and was known to have operated at least 1 MiG-21 PFM, 8 MiG-21 MF, 5 MiG-21 bis, 1 MiG-21 IS-66-400, and 3 MiG-21 All are now out of service, derelict and / or destroyed. 15. MiG-21s were operated by the following units in the late 1980s: SAD Smiley 15, 322 ND Fighter Regiment, FR, Bagram 4 squadrons of 20 MiG-21 MF / bis and 2 MiG-21 each. 393rd FR, Mazar-e-Sharif 3 squadrons of 20 MiG-21 MF / PFM / bis and 2 MiG-21 each. MiG-21s saw combat during the Civil War in 1994 and 1995, with Northern Alliance MiG-21s destroying an MiG-21, 3 Su-22s and 1 other fighter belonging to the Dostum Gulbuddin Militia Air Force. The DGMAF is known to have destroyed one now MiG-21. The kills scored by a Su-22.33. The Taliban SIAF MiG-21s are known to have shot down two Mi-8 helicopters of the Northern Alliance, while an MiG-21 is credited with the kill of an EF Su-20.33. Four Drafe MiG-21s are known to have been shot down by Pakistani F-6s and Mirage 3s in 1986.54, Algeria. Algerian Air Force, QJJ. First received MiG-21 F-13s starting in 1965, a total of 40 delivered winking sad smiley 15. 20 were provided to Egypt in 1967 for the Six-Day War. 55 of these, 6 landed at an airbase just captured by the Israelis in the war. One pilot destroyed his plane. The other 5 were captured, and 4 of these were reshipped to the US for evaluation by the USAF. 15 in the late 1960s, some MiG-21FLs were delivered as well. 55 6 MiG-21R were reportedly delivered. 2.15 52 MiG-21MF were also received, as well as some MiG-21Ms. 55 47 MiG-21 bis were ordered in 1975. Lastly, in 1978, an order was placed for 40 MiG-21s. 56 Some MiG-21s were traded to Ukraine as part of a package for 36 MiG-29s. Similar deals may have been made with Belarus, who provided Algeria with 36 more MiG-29s aircraft. The last MiG-21s were withdrawn from service by 2003. Before 1993, MiG-21s served with the following units: 11E Escadron de Chasse, Fighter Squadron, flying MiG-21FLs from Tindouf as of September 1973. 55 12E Escadron de Chasse, operating MiG-21FLs and MiG-21RS from Ain-al-Sera as of September 1973. 55 14E Escadron de Chasse, Tindouf, MiG-21MF. 15 15E Escadron de Chasse, flying MiG-21FLs from Bachar as of September 1973. 55 17E Escadron de Chasse, acting as MiG-21 operational conversion unit starting in 1974. 55 19E Escadron de Combat, multi-role unit flying MiG-21MFs from Bousfur as of September 1973. 55 23E Escadron de Combat, multi-role unit flying MiG-21MFs from Boufarik as of September 1973. Deployed to Egypt in October 1973 and disbanded afterwards. 55 120E Escadron de Chasse, Ain-al-Sera. 15 140E Escadron de Chasse, Wagler. 15 153E Escadron de Chasse, Bousfur. 15 630E Escadron de Chasse, Bousfur. 15 After 1993, MiG-21s were assigned to the following units: Sad Smiley 15 113E Escadron de Chasse, Tindouf. 143E Escadron de Chasse, Wagler. 153E Escadron de Chasse, Bachar. 193E Escadron de Chasse, Bousfur. Bangladesh. Bangladesh Air Force received 12 MiG-21MF and 2 MiG-21UM second-hand from Soviet Union in 1973. 57 Bulgaria. Bulgarian Air Force. From 1963 to 1990, Bulgaria received 224 MiG-21s. 6 remained in service as of 2012. 58 Bulgaria received 12 MiG-21 F-13 in 1963. The surviving 9 were converted to MiG-21 F-13 as standard as reconnaissance aircraft. 59. The last 6 were retired in 1988 as life expired. 60. 12 MiG-21P were delivered in 1965, 4 were lost in accidents. The other 8 were retired in 1991. 12 MiG-21PF were received in 1965, followed by 32 more in 1977-1978 from Soviet surplus stock and 2 more in 1986. Further, 4 MiG-21PFS were delivered from Soviet surplus. Of the 46 MiG-21PFM and 4 MiG-21PFS, 7 were lost in accidents and 4 were sold to Nigeria. The last active aircraft were withdrawn in 1992. 6 MiG-21R were delivered in 1969 and retired in 1995. 15 MiG-21M were delivered in 1970 and retired in 1990. 20 MiG-21MF were delivered in 1974-1975. 7 were converted to MiG-21MFR standard in 1995, all withdrawn by 2000. 30 MiG-21 B-sized Lu-75B, Fishbed N, were delivered in 1983 and 6 more in 1985. 36 MiG-21 B-sized Lu-75O, Fishbed L, were delivered in a Bulgarian MiG-21 bis taxis at Grafignativo Air Base, Bulgaria during
Yes. I think I need a break because I'm getting sleepy. I'm too close to fall asleep because my apartment is very hot. I think I will bicycle to this little supermarket and buy some cola. My apartment being very hot the whole day, so I will charge the camcorder, then I will continue when I get back home.